was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break my glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. Don't never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep 'em out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me.
Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the Sunday Morning Show for week 2 of the NFL season. And yeah, guys, let's just get right into it. I'm with AK, Matt the Giants fan, Boys for Life, Jeffy T, and Philly Sports Rap. How you guys doing?
Yo, good morning, man.
Good, man.
What's up, guys?
I'm good, man.
What up, everybody? What up, everybody?
Yeah, hopefully you guys like that new countdown. AK and I whipped it up last night or yesterday.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, if you guys need a countdown still, just hit me up. We'll get it started. But let's get started with last week, and that was what was the game that caught you off guard? Like the outcome, you just didn't even know what was going to happen. And AK, I'll start off with you.
Well, I think the one that shocked me the most was definitely the Bears beating San Francisco. Never saw that one coming. That was definitely probably my surprise of the week.
Okay. All right. Mac.
Go with that Houston Colts game ending in a tie, man. Unbelievable that we seen one tie week 1 and damn near saw the second one. But yeah, that Houston-Indianapolis game, because I expected so much more from the Colts, man, and coming out so flat week 1 and almost outright losing to the Houston Texans, but then finishing in the tie is just an ugly way to start their season.
Boys.
The surprise game for me was the Eagles versus the Lions, and I'm really not talking mess because I really thought, the way everyone was talking, the Eagles were going to blow everybody out, and that game was pretty close. The Lions came to play.
Yeah, I'm still bummed about that, but I thought it was going to be close, but not that high. I didn't think 38-35. So that's just me. Jeff.
Well, that Denver and Seattle game, because Nathaniel Hackett forgot what it's like to be an NFL coach, the way he coached that game and the way how undisciplined that team was, and not expect Seattle to be able to open up and Geno Smith to play that well. So I think that Denver and Seattle game surprised the hell out of myself on Monday.
All right, and Sports Rap.
Man, for me, it was 2 surprises, really. But the number one was how bad Green Bay looked to me. I think they're going to have a hard time this year. I know they got O-line issues, but they look like they have receiver issues as well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be hard for them to win that conference this year. I think Minnesota may win that. The other was I was just surprised at the 35 points the Lions put up, but again, they put up 30-something points last year against the 49ers, so I got to keep reminding myself of that. I wouldn't try not to look into that too much because they did the same thing last year.
All right, and for me, I gotta go with the first game of the season, the Bills and the Rams. I did not expect the Rams to fold like they did. That was just like I didn't even know what I was watching. I mean, the Bills just came in and dominated. So they're my pick to win the Super Bowl. But yeah. And who was your player of the week last week? And Mac, I'll start off with you.
Well, that was good. I'm glad you did. Because my player of the week was absolutely number 26, Saquon Barkley. Coming back looking good, looking great. Carrying the New York Giants to a big-time victory, man. And I'm not saying that because I'm a homer. I'm saying that because I believe he was the most valuable player from a week ago.
Okay. All right. Boys.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to go with probably Justin Jefferson. That guy's gonna be a beast this year. I can't wait to see what he does throughout the remainder of the year. I was so close to getting him in fantasy. I was one pick away, and he got taken. I was so mad.
That shit always sucks, yo.
It was. I was like, all right, you know what? I mean, they're gonna get Chase or Jefferson, and Chase went first. I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna be able to get Jefferson, and boom, someone took it right before I did. It's a mother.
You're welcome.
All right. Jeff.
Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp just keeps going out there and doing Cooper Kupp-like things. The dude just went out there and had another great game against the Bills defense. So he was pretty much the only thing that was great about that Rams offense the entire game. So got to give it to Cooper Kupp again, looking like he's about to have another one of those big seasons back to back.
Okay. Sports Rep.
That darn bum, man. He ain't no bum. But DeAndre Swift, man, he cost me a daggone win because I thought he was going to shut him down, and I benched him, and the Joker scored 26 points. So I did not realize how explosive he really was. So I got to give him props, man.
All right. And for me, I hate to say this, but I got to go with DeAndre Swift. I mean, he just made our defense look bad, and yeah, that's part of Jonathan Gannon and not having Jordan Davis out there, but he tore our defense apart. And yeah, AK.
Yeah. You know, it's really hard because the two I was going to say, two people already said it. It's probably between Saquon and Justin Jefferson, but I was going to say Justin Jefferson to begin with because he single-handedly destroyed that Green Bay defense. So,
all right, and look, it's
Okay.
my partner.
Send me the wrong language.
My bad, I took the wrong link. I clicked the wrong screen.
He did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. So, who was your player of the week, Cool Cat?
AJ Brown.
I knew that was
AJ
going to
Brown.
happen. I
AJ
knew he
Brown.
was going to say that.
AJ Brown. That's 55-yard bomb from Jalen freaking Hurts to AJ Brown. I'm sorry. Yes, Justin Jefferson too. They're both tied. But if I got to choose, I'll choose, of course, AJ Brown because I'm sorry. Like, my God, my God. Man,
The man child.
Now, do you expect AJ Brown to do that every game?
No.
Not every game because we got to give the ball to Smitty sooner or later. So not every game because now they got tape on him. So now you got to give it to Smitty because he didn't have that much catches. So I expect
He didn't have any catches.
He had no catches.
Yeah, he didn't.
Yeah,
He didn't have any catches yesterday because it was the AJ Brown kind of game. He was the hot hand, so we had to give it to him. But this time, now that the Vikings are going to be eyeing AJ Brown, they're going to be. That's where Smitty and Quez and Zach Pascal can feast.
I think all three of those guys you just named combined for like 8 targets, something like that.
Yeah,
Like none of them
And
got
one
him
catch.
Yeah, one catch.
Yeah.
AJ Brown had the remaining catches along with Dallas Goedert. Like it was crazy.
yeah.
But if it continues to happen like that, then I was right all offseason that y'all are going to force feed the ball to AJ Brown because I think that's what y'all are going to end up doing is just force feeding him.
Yeah, if that does happen, then that's a problem. But you got to give it to Smitty because last year Smitty was the hot hand. This year, I hope not, but AJ could be. But you got to give it to Smitty. He got to get some catches. You guys defeated the Cam and Quest because people are going to be double teaming AJ Brown now. They got tape on him after that Detroit Lions game. So now, what's the other option? Devontae Smith or Quest Watkins. And you got to give it to Goddard. But the number one thing, of course, is run the ball. Because if you run the ball, it's like the Cowboys. If you run the ball, it opens the pass. If you do that, hopefully you get a win. Hopefully.
I don't know, man. I think last week, I don't know. I got to see more because that game was just weird to me last week. I mean, the Detroit game. It was almost like Philly wasn't prepared for what Detroit was going to throw at them, and their answer was A.J. Brown. But at the same time, we say they got tape, but they got one game with him under the Philadelphia Eagles roster. One game. True. And then every team does not have the same defensive back. So regardless of them having tape, if you don't have a player that can stop him, it's nothing you can do. Yep. So it all depends on each team's roster and their game plan with A.J. Brown. But again, we're so early in this, we can't say what Philly's going to do with A.J. Brown. That game was just weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying this throughout the week. Y'all, and I'm going to ask y'all, do y'all feel like this? If if Jalen Hurts doesn't convert on like all those three and the third and longs where he took off running because no one was open, do y'all feel like y'all would have lost that game?
Yeah, that's a loss. Absolutely.
Well, because if you don't get a run, because if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts, the defense was bad. Let's be real. The defense
was bad for the Eagles.
Run defense was horrible.
Was really
so
bad.
If it wasn't for Jalen Hurts saving your butt with the running pass, with the running plays, you would not be winning this game. You would be like another team up here.
Yeah,
you would be 0-1. So
I feel like that was the Lions' weakest point on defense was being able to contain Jalen Hurts once he gets out of the pocket and takes off running. And when he converted, I think there was 3 or 4 of them, those third downs.
Yeah.
Y'all just kept the chains moving, and y'all got some sort of points out of that, whether it was a field goal or a touchdown.
Yeah, all 4 running backs. All 4 running backs had touchdown because of it too. And another thing that makes me laugh is some of these teams don't have a Lamar Jackson. Some of these teams don't have a Josh Allen, so they don't know what it feels like to deal with a quarterback like Jalen Hurts.
Correct.
They don't have tape. The Detroit Lions had no tape. You should have learned from last year, and they didn't. They just let Jalen Hurts, Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell go up and down the field, and because of that, it opened the pass for A.J. Brown.
I think they'll try to make a better point of emphasis in this game to try to get the ball to Devontae Smith and devise concepts to try to get Devontae Smith early involved in that game, just to throw off the defense so they're not just completely targeting A.J. Brown the entire time. So expect a lot of one-on-ones for Devontae Smith to be able to take advantage of against that Vikings defense.
Oh, yeah. They're going to start shooting towards A.J. Brown.
We went down this Jalen Hurts rabbit hole a little bit. Y'all know last week he led the team in carries. Do you think that's a recipe for success?
No, but
sustain, man.
But it wasn't designed runs. We can't count. I mean, it counts as far as statistics, but you can't count because he scrambled out the pocket. That's why he led the team in rushes, because he had to run away 8 different times because of the blitz. It wasn't
really
designed quarterback runs.
Time, no?
Damn near every
Damn near. If you look at the all 22, bro, I'm one to not be real biased. I try to keep it 100. If you look at the all 22, I seen at least 5 of those. He had no time, no chance to even think about giving it to anybody. And if he did not run, it's a sack and a loss of yards.
There was a couple times he was on his second step back, and Hutchinson was ready.
Yeah, we did not block well. It was horrible. We didn't block well.
But just know this: if it was a pocket pass quarterback, if it was a pocket quarterback,
if it was Matt Ryan, if that was Tom Brady, they were.
It's over.
Thank you.
The Eagles need to do a lot better when it comes to their both of their lines because I was surprised by how poor they were in terms of their run defense.
Well,
we know
as far
Dalvin
as
Cook
the
is
run
going to come to
defense-
that game. They're going to run it up the middle on that.
As far as the run defense goes, from what I was listening to all week, apparently it was a lot better when Jordan Davis was on the field. So you got to get that man more reps, get him out there, and have him out there because apparently they weren't running the ball so easily when Jordan Davis was out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, no.
You're right, boss.
When
You're
Jordan
right.
Davis was out there, they were
Hold
only
on, Thomas.
only getting 2.5 yards per carry. When Jordan Davis was not out there, they were getting 10 yards per carry. That's a pretty big difference.
That's a significant.
That sound like Fletcher and Hargrave ain't doing their job, is what it sound like to me.
Fletcher and Hargrave seem more like pass rush inside tackles instead of more run defense. So you got to make sure you get Jordan Davis in there a lot more, especially on those running downs against a guy like Dalvin Cook.
Yeah. So what's up, Thomas? How you doing, man?
Man, I'm chilling, man. How feeling today, bro?
We're good. We're good.
Good, bro.
What up with you, bro?
Yeah, we were just talking about who was your player of the week last week.
I mean, man, that's hard, man. Because Saquon had an amazing game. 164 on week 1. Shouts out to that, bro. They ain't nothing to sneeze at. I mean, Devontae Adams, though, even though they lost, new team, new goal. I like the way he came into the game with that. I mean, but all in all, though, man, probably gonna have to give it to Saquon, bro. Just because I really thought he was down out, bro. And the fact that he came back 164 on the ground, bro. I mean, those are crazy numbers right there, bro. I mean, you got people getting 164 by week 3, and this man got it in one game. So it's like, I mean, today, projected to put another 75, 80 up. So you talking about this man could possibly reach 300 in 2 weeks, bro. I mean, that's
crazy.
In 2 games, bro. like that's whew, those numbers are crazy, bro. So
so for the next one, I got to start off with Cool Cat on this one. Who's your loser of the week? It can be a coach.
It should be unanimous.
Yeah, this should be an easy one.
Why ask me that when you already know the answer?
The Eagles. The Eagles. I'm going to give you.
Well, okay. Let me say it, B. You already know it's the Eagles. Let me just say it. By the way, 2-1 Boys for Life, y'all. With an awesome show, B, by the way.
Thank you.
Yep. And how's your son, by the way? I'm off topic. I know. How's your son, by the way?
He's doing good, man. He's upstairs eating right now.
There you go. So,
No, let's talk about it. The Cowboys were hot garbage this past week.
We'll talk about it. That's a different story for this different level. Let me talk about this. Jonathan Gannon. Mitch knows this because we did have Mitch last Sunday. Jonathan Gannon, you went. Because I had a new podcast, the Aftermath podcast, where we broke down numbers and we broke down film. Like Jared Goff went up and down the field with Swift and Clark and stuff. When Jordan Davis went on the field, we stopped the run. We stopped the run easily. But when he wasn't on the field, it was like, you let this. First of all, it's the Detroit Lions. It's the Detroit Lions. I know everybody going to say that it's the Detroit Lions. But you let this team that was hyped by Hard Knocks go up and down the field, put up 35 points? 35 points. And guess who's coming to Lincoln Financial Field? Justin Jefferson, Clark, and Kirk Cousins. You cannot allow that to happen. Yeah, him too. But, I know. That's what I'm mad at, Mitch, because you've seen it. You cannot allow Justin Jefferson to do the gritty in front of 60,000 fans in Eagles Nation.
I'm gonna be
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
He's going to
happen.
Not once, but twice.
Game tomorrow. I don't need it to happen.
It's gonna
He's gonna have 2 touchdowns and about $130 in receiving yards.
Can it be lower than that tomorrow? Jeez.
Yeah, AK and Cool Cat are going to the game tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, Thomas, who you got?
For the loser of the week, man, I'm gonna have to go with Belichick, bro. I just don't see it.
Oh,
man.
wow.
I don't see it, bro. 0-2. It's probably the first time in his career going this way, bro. But like Mac Jones looks so uncomfortable in the scheme last week. I guess it's going, unless you just reinvent the scheme now, I think he's going to look just as uncomfortable this weekend. I just want to tell Bill, just welcome to the rebuild, man. It's a great place to be. Been there for around 23 years myself.
All right, Mac.
Man, oh man. That Denver Broncos coach, his ass would still be in Seattle somewhere, jobless right now, unemployed. You don't play for a 64-yard game-winning field goal. That's not a thing. That's not a fucking thing. You don't play for a 64-yard game-winning field goal when you got a future Hall of Fame quarterback leading your team. You let him go out there and pick up those 5 extra yards you need to get that first down, and you still got time. We had timeouts left. You got time for another play. Still, you got Russ Wilson, man. You don't go for a 64-yard game-winning field goal with timeouts and with Russell Wilson on the sideline, bro. You just don't do that. You don't choose the kicker over Russell Wilson. That's not a thing. And that coach, if I was that coach, would have been in Seattle unemployed right now after week 1 because that was embarrassing and that was stupid. And then you try to validate it in the press conference after the game. And then the following day, he goes back and says, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I should have put Russell Wilson out there. Should have went for it. You can't. That's just incompetence, man. That's absolute total incompetence. You don't spend all that money, all that draft capital to acquire Russell Wilson. Those are the reasons you did that. For moments like that on Monday Night Football, and you allow Geno Smith to knock you off, man, on Monday Night Football.
All right.
Just humiliating.
All right, boys, who you got?
You take
Who got us waiting?
No, I already know what the answer is because I watched Trolling with Books Alive. I already know what the answer is.
It's Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore. It's Kellen Moore. It's the Dallas Cowboys offense. It's his play calling. I mean, it's when you can't evolve as a play caller and you're basically calling the same crap over and over and over, and you have the team that you played last year in the very first game, going back and looking at the tape and knowing exactly what you were calling and all that good stuff. I mean, yeah, that's my loser of the week as far as coaches goes, Kellen Moore. And I mean, I hate to say it, but we have about 8 more years of this crap before Jerry Jones decides to say, okay, I've had enough, because that's basically what he did with Jason Garrett. He gave him 10 years to do whatever he wanted. Didn't work out, moved on, and now since Kellen Moore is the Joneses guy, I think I got 8 more years of bullshit.
Jeff.
Oh, Mac already just said it before. It's clearly Nathaniel Hackett, the only guy that would actually be a head coach to allow a Super Bowl winning quarterback to sit on the sidelines with 20 seconds left and 2 timeouts. You get another chance to get the ball in your quarterback's hands, and you decide to kick a 64-yard field goal. And then, like Mac said, you retract your statement and then go back and say, oh, yeah, I'm wrong. It's clearly Nathaniel Hackett. That guy should have been fired ASAP after the first week after making a bonehead decision like that. And that team was completely undisciplined the only time. The only team that would have 10 penalties in their first game of the regular season and not fumble the ball once, but twice by the goal line. I mean, that Denver Broncos team was an absolute mess. And then I think it's going to be a rough season for them because that head coach continues to make the decisions that he made in that first game of the season. So clearly it's Nathaniel.
I got a question, too. What asshole uses the timeouts when he knows he can't win a game? Did y'all notice that? It's like you're prolonging the end of the game.
Oh, yeah, Nathaniel Hackett.
I didn't understand that. When he started using timeouts, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, no one's ever done this. Every coach just lets the time run out, and just take your lumps
until Nathaniel Hackett decided to become head coach, he wanted to change the tune on that. It's like, I'm the first one.
But it made no sense because there was nothing he could have done anyway. Whether you used them or not, the game was over. It was dumb. I'm sorry.
All right. All right. Sports wrap.
Man, everybody's that Denver, definitely is a bummer, but because everybody picked that, I'm gonna go a different route. I thought, for real, what in the world is what can I question? Can Josh McDaniels be a head coach? He's always been a great offensive coordinator, but it seems like every time you get a head coaching job, he kind of sucks at it. Because I thought I would see a lot more out of the Raiders and their offense. Yeah, Devontae Adams got the ball, but it wasn't enough. I didn't see enough out of Waller. When you look at last year Raiders, everybody was involved. Hunter Renfro, everything. But the running game wasn't all that impressive to me. I know he played the Chargers. Chargers got good defense. But the Raiders, I expected more out of them.
Yeah. And for me, I gotta go on my Cool bench partner. I gotta go Jonathan Gannon, man. I was so pissed that Jordan Davis only did 22 snaps. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like, inexcusable.
And Kobe Dean only had 3?
3.
Yeah.
So, for this week, will the Denver Broncos start off 0-2 against the Texans? Thomas, I'll start with you.
All right, man. Let's all right, cool. I think Davis Mills is on the up and up. I love Lovie Smith. I think they got good corners over there. And I think Russ, okay, not every quarterback gets to ride off into the sunset. I know we had this notion of like every quarterback, they get to go to another team, do good, retire, looks all good. That don't happen every quarterback, bro. Sometimes you just fuck up. You go to a situation, it wasn't right, bam, you end up going out 3-12 at that point. You get hurt at the end of the season, and then you just don't play, then you ride out. It's like Russell Wilson about to be 0-2 out here, bro. I don't have them beating the Texans. I got the Texans winning this jump, bro. I really think the Texans going to be a positive team this year, so an above 500 team, bro. I just don't see the Denver coming in here and really cause a habit like that.
All right, boys.
I feel like the Texans are going to ride the magic that they had last week and pull out a victory against Russell Wilson.
All right, AK.
It's possible. Like I said last week, I said that it was possible for them to beat Indy, and they tied them. This one, for how bad they played last week, and listen, like I've been saying all week long, man, it was week 1. A lot of crazy shit happened week 1. A lot of things that no one expected to happen. So I don't know if that will continue week 2, but Denver should truly win this game. But Houston has a chance.
All right, Mac.
Denver's home opener. Still got an idiot for a coach on your sideline, but I think Russell Wilson is going to be a little too much for the Houston Texans defense this week, and I think on the strength of him, he's going to look to rebound off of what was a pretty so-so performance Monday night. And I think on the strength of Russell Wilson, the Denver Broncos win their home opener against Houston Texans.
All right, Jeff.
I'm going with Houston. I don't trust this head coach after the bonehead moves that he made in that first game and how undisciplined that team was. And I understand that the Denver Broncos got talent on that offense with Sutton and Judy. They were getting open a lot, and of course Russ. But I like this Houston Texans team. I think they got a lot of good young talent. I really like Lovie Smith as a head coach, and I think that the Houston Texans are a team to look out for. Maybe not as a playoff team this year, but one of those teams that's on the come up. So I'm going to take the Texans in this one of the Broncos.
Cool cat.
There's a phrase that has been used in this league called any given Sunday. So as much as Russ can cook, and as much as the Broncos has a home game, don't sleep on the don't sleep on the Houston Texans. Don't sleep on Davis Mills because they could get a win. So as much as I know Russell Wilson is going to win this game, don't sleep on the Houston Texans. Don't. any given Sunday. That's not just a catchphrase. That's a fact.
Right. Sports rap.
Yeah, y'all right, man. Even Sunday, I definitely dollared them last week. But I would say that the Texans aren't playing Matt Ryan. If I'm Nathaniel Hackett, I'll take a page out of Bruce Arians' book with Tom Brady, where he started letting Brady kind of help him out and be a coach. He needs to let Russell do the same thing and lean on Russell. And I think Russell could be up being too much for them. But it's not just, it's sad to say, it's not going to be a walk in the park, I don't think, because of just Nathaniel Hackett. Unless he decides, all right, Rush, run the show. You know, what do you think? Let's do this, let's do that. But they should win. I'm going to pick them to win. But boy, it's going to be tight.
All right, and for me, it's going to be a close game. It's not going to be a blowout, but I got Denver because I think Russell Wilson's going to be too much. He's not Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's not a runner like Russell Wilson. And, next, will Cordell Patterson rush over 100 yards against the Rams? I'm not saying that because I have him in fantasy. I'm just throwing that out there. So, boys, I'll start with you.
You're muted, bro.
You're muted, dude.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. It just depends on the defense of the Rams. I mean, the way the Rams played defense last year was pretty. I mean, last week was pretty bad. So I don't know. I mean, it could be possible. He rushes for 100 yards. I mean, I didn't take much Cordell Patterson for a running back, but last year he surprised me. I had to pick him up in fantasy to help me out.
Yeah, I have them both in my league. So, Jeff.
I'm going to say no. I think that they're going to be using him all over the field, not just as a running back, but as sometimes as like an H-back, a wide receiver, maybe even occasionally like a tight end. They're going to be using this guy all over the field. So I think he's going to have those mixed numbers. He's going to come up like maybe about 20, 25 yards short of being 100 yards. So say he's going to get like about 75 yards rushing, about 100.
All right, Tymus.
Oh, man. You see this right here, bro?
Yeah.
You see this right here, man? This is an iPhone 14 Pro Max, bro. And that's what that boy Cordell Patterson is, bro. I don't know how he does it, man. That man can run the football. He can coach the team. He can throw the ball, catch his own touchdown, go back and kick the ball, and then he going to be right there to be the kicker. And somehow he going to catch the ball, bro. I never got like yo, dude is amazing. I love Cordell Patterson, bro. Like 100 yards rushing. No, I'm gonna say all purpose though. I definitely see it, bro. I definitely see 100 all purpose. In terms of strictly rushing though, no, I don't think you're gonna get strictly 100 yards rushing.
All right, Cool Cat.
I see it, but don't be surprised. I see it, but don't be surprised because Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, and that defense got embarrassed last week by the Buffalo Bills with the banner dropping and all that they got. But Josh Allen, Diggs, and the crew went up and down the field. So it will happen, but don't be surprised because they're dealing with a now pissed off Aaron Donald. And that is not the guy you want to deal with being pissed off. So I see it happening, but you guys deal with Aaron Donald, who is not happy.
All right. AK.
Nah.
Alrighty then. Yeah, okay, Mac.
I mean, I'm just gonna piggyback off of Cool Cat. I think the Rams jump on top of just pounce on the Falcons early in this game, and it's just gonna take the run option away from the Falcons from the door. So that's gonna limit Cordell Patterson's opportunities. And I just flat out think the Rams are looking for some get back and get some get right, and they are playing a far less team than what they played a week ago, and they're going to take full advantage of that and just blow the doors off the Falcons, man.
All right, Sports Rap. Sports Rap, can you hear me? I think you're muted. Okay. He's not muted. He's not muted.
I
But,
can't hear nothing.
Oh, there you
all
go.
right. Come out, sing, go out, sing, and come back and just stream their thing. But
All right.
for me, I'm gonna say yes. I feel like Cordell Patterson is that guy that can get it done when need be. So I just
This
want
is
that
on your
to happen.
fantasy team?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. That's why.
At the beginning, he's on both of mine. But AK, I'm gonna start with you on this one. Devontae Adams getting 2 touchdowns against the Cardinals today.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I don't even have him, but he should be able to, because they got spanked week 1. Yeah, I can see it happening. I think so. I think the Raiders are also out to, kind of shut their critics up early because of last week. And yeah, I did not see what happened last week happening, but it did. So yeah, I think they're going to come out and mollywop the Cardinals.
All right, Jeff.
I want to say yeah, but I have a feeling that they're going to try to get Hunter Renfrow and Darren Waller more involved in that offense because they really did nothing against the Chargers defense that game. So I'm going to say he's going to get a touchdown, but I think Hunter Renfrow is actually going to be the guy who's going to get a couple of touchdowns against that Cardinals defense. So I'm going to say no on that one.
All right, Kuket.
It's Devontae Adams, and the Cardinals are not that good. So I'm gonna say yeah, because the Cardinals, they got mollywopped last week, and if they get mollywopped again, like I know they will, because it's Devontae Adams, the best wide receiver in the league. So you can't handle that guy. So I say yeah.
All right, Mac.
Yeah, I do you one better. Devontae Adams getting a hat trick today, man. I just feel like he's gonna just exploit this weak ass Cardinal defense, man. It was atrocious a week ago, and I don't see it getting any better this week. And Devontae Adams and Derek Carr clearly got a connection already going on. Dates all the way back to college, so.
All right, boys.
For the sake of my fantasy team, I hope not, because last week, Josh Jacobs didn't do a damn thing. So for the sake of fantasy, I hope not, and I hope they get Jacobs the ball more. But looking at the way KC destroyed that defense last week, and they said a second ago, the connection they have from college, I think it's going to be 2 to 3 touchdowns today for Devontae.
All right, Tymus, if you're there. All right, you're not. So I'm gonna say.
Hey, bro, I'm over here, bro. I ain't never going nowhere, bro. Hold on, man.
All right.
I'll talk to you real quick, bro. Come on. Oh,
All right.
Okay. All right. Will he get 2? It's like, does he need to get 2? That's my question, bro. Like, does he need to get 2? Can he get? I mean, the week 1 performance was great, but I don't think he's going to. I still think he's probably gonna get over 100 yards. He's probably gonna come down with 1 though. But getting 2 seems a little greedy when they got to spread that ball out, man. Unless Derek Carr really trying to get his Fresno State brother going. I mean, 2 seems a little greedy for that offense.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna say no. I think he's gonna get like 115 to 120 yards and then 1 touchdown. I'm not seeing 2 because I think Darren Waller is gonna grab 1. And Tymus, I'm gonna start with you on this one. DeAndre Swift rushing over 150 yards against the Commanders.
That's the number you go with, God. Yo, man, let me see what this boy's been quoting, bro. You quoting 150, bro? You pull shit out of ass in this boy, bro. What the over under become 150? God damn. Let me.
Yep.
You got to be going to my FanDuel, bro. I gotta check this, bro. Bro, they really got it at 150.
No, that's a no. That's a no.
Hold on. I just gotta see, bro. I just gotta see if they really got this man at 150, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He got 140. He got 140 to 150 against us.
Okay. He's over under 45 and a half, bro. Okay, I scared the shit out of me with that 150, bro. Over 150 yards? Hell no, bro. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That boy should not slip 100 yards, but 150, no. I think last week was a shootout, and it was an amazing game to watch. Let's see with y'all, but nah. DeAndre Swift, I have him going off for 70, 80, a fumble, and a touchdown. But yeah, 150. Fuck out of here with that, bro. Don't disrespect me like that, bro. Yeah,
All right,
I don't know.
boys.
Probably not. I don't think he's going to duplicate what he did last week with the going up against the Washington defense. I don't think it's going to happen.
All right, Cool Cat.
Oh, come on now. I don't want to hit up the temper talk this morning, bro. It ain't even noon yet, bro.
Yeah. It's not even 11 yet.
You know you want to say.
I'm gonna be fair. This one time, y'all know what I want to say, but I'm gonna be fair. No, I'm gonna be fair.
Okay, there we go.
I'm gonna be fair. Because my team don't play until tomorrow, and I'm in a good mood. So I'm gonna say no. I'm in a good mood today.
All right, Jeff.
I mean, Philly Sports Rap said that Swift is banged up again, so I mean, he's obviously not going to be 100%. So I'm going to say no because of that. I think the one guy that's going to have the biggest game against the Commanders is going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that guy's going to probably have the biggest game against them. So, yeah, I'm going to say no. I think he's going to have under 100 yards. I think Jamal Williams might actually outrush Swift in this game, if anything.
All right, Mac.
Yeah, I'm definitely it's a no for me. I mean, like you said, besides the fact that he's a little banged up, it's just that running backs don't just necessarily string games like that together back-to-back weeks. That's not a regular thing. And, I mean, I know some of the great ones. I mean, Derrick Henry went on a little run a couple years ago. But they don't just put together games like this back-to-back weeks. And DeAndre Swift, he hasn't shown that level of consistency where I'm expecting him to come back out and duplicate that performance from a week ago.
Okay. AK?
Oh, come on now. Come on. I'm ready to hear this. Go ahead, AK. Go ahead.
150. Shit. Try 200. No.
I know. I was
Let's stop talking about 250.
I'm just playing. Nah, man. I don't think he gets 150. He might get a little over 100, but that's maybe it.
Oh, see, now the crickets thought you would stick with 200.
But Craig calls bullshit on that statement, AK.
For me, I'm gonna say no too, but it would be nice for him to get 150 against the Commanders. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't see it happening. So, boys, starting off with you, Joe Burrow throwing over 300 yards against the Cowboys.
Probably going to happen. I don't know, but I think Diggs gets his first interception of the year this game.
Oh, okay. You know what? Cool Cat.
This can be good.
Yeah. Jamar Chase is going to have a field day with this defense. Joe Burrow, Joey B, Joey Cool Joe will be having himself a field day because, yes, the Cowboys defense is good. Micah Parsons is a beast. I'll give you that, B. He is a beast. And Dan Quinn is a good defense coordinator, but it's Joe Burrow. It's Joey B. It's Joe. T. Higgins is coming back too. T. Higgins is going to be playing this game. Yeah. So yeah, I say it's going to happen. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately, okay. AK.
Yeah, listen, man, it's unfortunate. He's the only person that I know of that gets a better offensive line than what he had in the Super Bowl and come out and throw 4 interceptions the one game. That was pretty embarrassing to them, I guarantee it. So I expect them to come out and fire on all cylinders this week because they're pissed right now. That they know they shouldn't have lost to Pittsburgh. Even my wife knew that, you know. But yeah, they're gonna be on a revenge tour this week, and unfortunately, Dallas is in their way.
Time it.
All right, man. I'm gonna try not to be disrespectful with this right here. I mean, the defense hasn't changed. The only thing that's going to change is the defense going to have to work more, presumably because the offense will not have the same capabilities of having long extended drives. So you're going to therefore win out that defense. Therefore, you're going to get that offense of the Bengals to be out there more. So over 300, yes. I'm still not calling it a blowout, though, but I do believe Burrow will have over 300 just to the ability of getting on the field more.
I will say this, though. With that horrible offensive line that they have, the Bengals, I think that Parsons is going to disrupt enough to where he doesn't get 300. So I'm going to change my answer. He does get 300. He comes close, but he doesn't get it because Parsons will be able to disrupt what happens in the backfield.
All right. Mac.
I believe that as much as we sitting here like and have fun at the Cowboys' expense, man, their defense was not horrible a week ago. Tom Brady had to work hard for what he got last Sunday night. That offense just couldn't generate anything. They couldn't get anything going. I mean, they gave up 19 points to Tom Brady and the Buccaneers offense. You know what I mean? They had to work for that. So I think Joe Burrow is the same case here. He's going to have to still work hard against that Cowboy defense, and he comes up short of the 300. Man, to be honest, I think they're going to have more balanced attack. They're going to run that ball at the Cowboys a little bit with Joe Mixon, and I think he comes up short of 300.
All right, Jeff.
I think a lot of it is going to have to do with how much that Dallas Cowboys offense can actually do something, because if they can't move the ball enough and they're going 3 and out way too much, it's going to tire out that Dallas defense. And Joe Burrow is looking at this game as a get-right game after how bad he performed against the Steelers. And I actually think a guy like Tyler Boyd is going to be the one to watch out for in the slot, because I think that Diggs and Chase is going to be a good matchup on the outside. Higgins still coming off the concussion. I think Tyler Boyd is going to be the guy that's really going to take advantage of that middle of the field with some of those slant routes and take advantage of that against the slot corner of Dallas. So I think Burrow is going to have not like go crazy, but I think he's going to have a little bit over 300 yards because he's going to want to play better after how he did against the Steelers in that first week.
325, 3 touchdowns.
There you go.
All right. Broncos County, let's ride. What's up, Mets? What is up? Hardcore Sports member. Thank you for stopping by. For me, it's going to be close. I'm not going to have them over 300. I'm going to have them just under because, with the Micah Parsons, Diggs, they have a good defense. So I think it's going to be like 275 at most. So
maybe a guy like DeMarcus Lawrence actually goes out there and maybe disrupts against that Bengals offensive line too, because he's still a solid pass rusher on the outside. He's got to help out Parsons more on the outside and be that other consistent pass rusher.
All right.
Yeah. But all right, guys, I'm going to have to get going. That was fun. Hopefully we'll do this again next week.
Oh, yep.
Take it easy, boys.
All
right, guys. You have a good day.
You, dude.
You too.
Yep.
So, Mac and Jeff, who's going to rush for more yards, McCaffrey or Barkley?
Well, I hope Barkley. I mean, I really hope Barkley does. I mean, we're going to need him to. We're going to probably have to ride him all the way to the finish line again, man, because, I mean, Daniel Jones plays solid, but he still has to show me a little bit more, man. So right now I'm banking on Barkley. All we can really bank on is Barkley right now as far as consistency on this offense. I'm going to need him to go out there and show up again this week, man. So hopefully I say Saquon Barkley.
All right, Jeff.
I think just the way that Saquon Barkley was running last week, this guy is running with like a purpose now. He's not dancing too much in the backfield. He's running through people now. And I think until I see a team go out there and be able to stop this guy, I think Saquon Barkley is going to have one of those years to let the league know that this guy is still one of those top running backs in the league. So I think that Barkley is going to have the better game overall because I really believe that the Panthers, they're going to try to mix and match with McCaffrey. I think McCaffrey is going to be more utilized in the passing game than more in the running game because the Giants do really well in terms of their run defense, as they were able to do against Derrick Henry with Jahad Ward, and O'Shane Zimmern is doing a good job on the outside containing Derrick Henry in the run. So I think McCaffrey is going to be more of a deadly weapon in the passing game, if anything. Well, Barkley, yeah, he's going to be moved all around the field, but I think Barkley is going to be more effective because of what Max said, too. Daniel Jones has got to go out there and show that he can actually help carry this team on offense. But, yeah, I think Barkley is going to have a better day overall rushing.
All right, Thomas.
Yeah, I don't think Daniel Jones is going to do that. That's why Saquon is going to have more yards at that point because put the ball in DJ's hands, and he just like a DJ, he going to mix it up. So I think it's going to have to go through Barkley at that point, keep it on the ground. He a north-south running back. He don't know nothing about no east and west. I love that about him. And, Christian McCaffrey is going to be using scat back for him. Like he said, he's coming out the backfield almost 50% of plays at that point. So to have him as a dedicated rusher, I just don't see that.
All right, Cool Cat.
I'm gonna say Barkley because McCaffrey. I'm not really sold on him that much, so I'm gonna say Saquon Barkley can do it. As long as they keep the ball away from Daniel Jones' hands, because he's, So I'm gonna say it's Saquon Barkley.
AK.
Well, if I'm looking at the quarterbacks and I got to choose between Daniel Jones and Baker Mayfield, unfortunately, I'm going to say, sadly, I'm going to take Baker Mayfield. So I believe Barkley's going to have a lot more put on him, and he's going to have another big game to where they can rely on Baker Mayfield to throw the ball a little bit more than what Giants do with DJ. So, yeah, I say that's why CMC doesn't have a big enough day.
All right, and as for me, I want to say McCaffrey. I really do, but I have to go with Barkley here. I feel like he is back. He's better than ever coming back off that injury. So I got Barkley again. So, you know what? Will Cooper Rush throw over 200 yards against the Bengals today? Cool Cat, I'll start with you.
No, absolutely not. No, next, no. All
right, Tymus.
Sure.
I should have skipped the other question right to the.
It's like, I know what to answer this question. I'm gonna make another question. Will Cooper Rush get sacked 3 times today? Probably. Will Cooper Rush go an interception? Probably. Will Cooper Rush probably have negative yardage when he's trying to rush? Yeah. But in terms of Cooper Rush throwing for over 20 yards against these Bengals, I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go with it's a pass happy league. He can eke out 200 yards and 3 interceptions. Yeah, man. He's gonna do it. Cooper Rush gonna have over 20 yards today.
Jeff.
Yeah, he'll be throwing the ball, right? And half the passes will be going to the Bengals defensive backs because I think this guy's going to have one of those rough games out there. I would be lucky if he's going to go out there and throw 150 because I think they're going to be riding the back of Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard a lot. So I think there's no way they're going to be comfortable putting the ball in the hands of Cooper Rush enough where he's going to even get close to 200 yards. So I'm going to say no. I think he's going to get around like 150, 175 yards, maybe about 15, possibly 20 pass attempts. I really think they're just going to be running that ball a lot and playing that old school type of football going forward.
All right, Mac.
We are talking about the Jerry Jones-owned Cowboys, man. That man has full faith in Cooper Rush, and I think Cooper Rush is going to throw for over 200 yards, and I'm going to tell you why. I think he's going to throw for over 200 yards because Cooper Rush is going to be taking quite a bit of garbage time snaps today, and he's just going to be throwing the ball against prevent defense and just bulking up his stats late in this game, and that's how he's going to get over 200 yards passing, just like that. Simple as that. And pretty much in an effort where they're not going to win the game, but he's just going to be getting some bullshit stats at the end of the game in garbage time, picking up extra yardage, and that's how Cooper Rush is going to throw for over 200 yards.
AJ?
Yeah, I guess that's that cricket talking.
Are you listening to the crickets?
Yeah. 200 yards. Listen, man. Is this not the owner that said that Cooper Rush is as good as Dak? Like, isn't that what he said this week?
I forgot about that.
All right, first off, that's a slap in the face to Dak, is it not? Because, I mean, that is your franchise guy, so to speak. And now you're saying your backup's just as good as him. Now, I get it. You're trying to uplift the morale of the team. But let's be honest. Cooper Rush ain't as good as Dak. Like, that's just disrespectful. He'll get 200, but he'll get it in garbage time stats because they'll be down a lot. And he's going to need to throw the ball to even try and keep up. But, nah, dude, he's – we know how this game is going.
Yeah.
They should have kept my boy Ben DiNucci, bro.
So for me, nope, and no. I got no. Three
Yeah.
ways.
He's the Cowboys version of Jake Fromm. Let's just be real here. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. AK, I'm gonna start off with you on this one. Were the Ravens pick off Tua 2 times?
Ooh, that's a good one.
And I'm not just saying that because I have the Ravens on my fantasy team. And Boys has Tua, so it makes sense.
I could see it happening because, I mean, listen, the Ravens' defense is dominant every year. Like, let's just be honest. It's the Ravens' defense. I could see it happening. I'm not going to lie. It is quite possible.
Okay. All right. Mac.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Tua's throwing 2 picks today against Baltimore. I just don't. I don't see that. I think Tua looks to rebound from a so-so passing game last week. I mean, even though they pretty much handled the Patriots, Tua wasn't exactly sharp. You know what I mean? So I think he looks to rebound, and I don't think he's throwing up 2 picks today.
All right. Jeff.
No, I don't think he's throwing 2 picks today. I think they're not going to be probably throwing ball deep on that team because the fact that Baltimore's got a good secondary. I think they're going to be running a lot of those quick slants to Waddle and to Tyreek Hill. I think if anything, then he might get sacked or could even fumble the ball possibly twice because of the amount of pass rush that Ravens defense can get on him. So 2 INTs, probably not.
All right. Tymus.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I actually have faith in this Ravens defense to do this. Especially with the addition of Tyreek Hill. Know he's going to squeeze the ball out there. Probably one time that he shouldn't at that point. And then one that's going to bounce off of receivers' hands as they usually do for Tua at that point. But I do think Tua's going to try to force the ball this game. I mean, he got to deal with the pass rush and decent corner play as well, man. On top of that, the Ravens always stay with a linebacker who was primed to be over the middle at that point. All those crossing routes are subject to be intercepted. He's definitely going to get 4 to 5 hits this game. Yeah, I think he's going to have this 2 mistakes this game. They're going to capitalize off that. I see the Ravens winning this one. I'm going to say over 2 touchdowns.
All right.
Kyle Hamilton gets one of those interceptions.
There you go.
Cool cat.
To me, this is a tough one, man. It really is. Because Tua's trying to bounce back to show he's the quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Lamar Jackson trying to get his contract. So I don't think Tua's going to get 2 interceptions. If he does, then they seriously going to have some conversations with the Dolphins. So I don't think so. I think, yeah, because I still think the Ravens are going to win this game anyway. So Tua, I don't think he's going to have 2 interceptions. If he does, then they got problems over there.
All right. For me, to quote LeBron James, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6. I want the most
not 7
possible. I just want to collect them.
Yeah, watch him go out there, pass for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns and no picks, just because you said
I don't want that because I gave Boys for Life Tua. So I don't want that to happen. All right. So I'll start off with this next one. Jalen Hurts will run more than 14 times against the Vikings. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because 17 was a bit too much last week. You saw that hit on Jalen Hurts. It was almost, that was close to being injured. So, to be safe, I think they're going to go no. I'm going to go with no. Okay.
Well, for me, man, it's about defensive scheme and how you look at Detroit last week. They put a lot of pressure on Jalen Hurts. They always sent one more than what we could handle blocking. I don't believe that Minnesota runs their defense that way. Yes, they do send blitzes at times, but they try to get pressure with their front four, and I believe Jalen will have more time this week in the pocket, especially if it's just their typical pass rush, which is usually, like I said, their front four and maybe a fifth one. We can handle that. So I don't think you'll have to see Jalen scramble as much to get out of pressure. So hopefully he won't have to. He'll just be able to sit in there and make the throws he needs to make.
All right, Mac.
I think that's a good number. About 14 times you'll see Jalen Hurts run that football. I mean, it's just what he does naturally, man. It just flows so nice. I mean, I hate giving this dude props, man, but he makes it look so smooth, man, and it's so effortless when he runs out that, gets out that pocket, and just creates things with his legs. So I think that's probably won't get to that 17 like a week ago, but I think 14 could be a good number for him this week.
Jeff?
I'd say about 10 to 12 times they're going to try to run those design plays for Jalen Hurts. I mean, they better hope not that he doesn't do that too much. Otherwise, they're going to be getting ready to put Gardner Minshew in there as their starting quarterback because the amount of hits
Uncle Rico, I'm for it. Uncle Rico, I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to try to find a way to get that running game going completely and try to not have some of those a lot of those design runs for Jalen Hurts. And hopefully he's going to be able to throw when he throws out of the pocket to his wide receivers too. And he's not going to try to take too many of those hits early on in the season because eventually they're going to start wearing on him as the season goes on. So I'd say about 10 or 12, maybe like 12 tops, if anything.
Time it.
Fuck him. There you go. I never was a fan of him. Don't like Jalen Hurts. Hope he gets 30 touches, to be honest. I hope he's running around all fucking day. But no. So like all seriousness, I love Jalen Hurts from Alabama, from being able to leave, go to Oklahoma here, same thing. Just always being able to show up, do what he needs to do. Really run for the 14 against the Vikings. I'm gonna put it at 15. I think he's going to scramble out the pocket, get those first downs he needs to. He's not waiting on anybody to get those right there, man. Dude has no problem tucking that ball down, getting the 5 to 6 and sliding. He actually knows how to slide. He protects his body when he runs. These aren't frivolous runs where he's just going into the middle of the field and taking a hit for no reason or just trying to get that extra yard for no reason. No, he's getting the first and getting down to get as much as he can. He is getting what the defense is giving. I think if the Vikings play soft, he's going to take advantage of that and get every yard he can out of them. And on top of that, with that receiving core now, they got to respect it. I believe that Spy is not going to work for him. He can get over 14 carries this game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did this, so let me say this. Jalen freaking I had to say that for sports. Y'all welcome Mitch. That's number one. Number two, he got to give the ball to his playmakers, and he got to run the ball. So I'm going to say 10 to 12. 10 to 12. So I do not want that boy to get hurt. I don't want my Uncle Rico, to be showing up for no field. Keep my uncle off the field and keep my quarterback number one on the field. So 10 to 12.
All right. So to finish it off, let's go with pick some predictions for the people who have not picked yet. So we have the Browns and the Jets. Cool Cat, I'll start off with you.
Give it to the Browns because the Browns are the Jets are trash. Let's be real. The Jets are hot garbage. So just give it to the Browns. Give it to the Brownies. Brownie the elf.
All right, Thomas.
Bro, I mean, it's just so early to have these bad games. Like you would expect these bad games to be like week 16, 17. It's like I'm gonna give it to the Jets just because I really think the Browns are just riding off a wave right now that is it's not sustainable. They know they need Watson in there, and without Watson, I think we're gonna see that crack. I got Joe Flacco going for over 250 today, getting that W.
Oh wow! All right, Jeff.
I'm telling you right now, I forgot one of these coaches that had a really bad first week, and that's Mark LaFleur. The way he was having Joe Flacco sit back behind that horrendous offensive line, the Jets throwing 57 times. You have a Joe Flacco of all people throw 57 times against the Baltimore Ravens defense. So, I mean, the only thing the Jets can do right now is they can go up. And I like the talent still on that Jets team. I think that Breece Hall and Michael Carter are going to bounce back after what was a pretty rough game for them in the first game of the season. I think Garrett Wilson is just a special wide receiver out there. I think he's going to do some damage against that Browns defense. Even a guy like Elijah Moore, too. And I think they're going to utilize the tight ends more. So I'm actually going to pick the Jets this one. I think the Jets are going to bounce back against the Browns to get their first W.
All right, Mac.
No, I think the Cleveland Browns win this because they're flat out better. With or without Deshaun Watson, they're just a flat out better football team. And Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb are just going to be a big reason why. Those guys are a dominant force in the backfield, man. That's a 1-2 punch like no other team really has. That's two legitimate starting running backs that they got back there. I mean, legitimate starting running backs. Kareem Hunt can go almost anywhere in this league and be the number one running back, but he plays on the Cleveland Browns where he's kind of takes a slight backseat to Nick Chubb. And it's just a better football team. I think Joe Flacco, all he can provide at this point is knowledge and wisdom. I think Mike White will give him a much better chance actually on the field. And I just think that's as long as they want to keep, being stubborn and throwing old man Flacco out there, man, it's just not going to be a good look for the Jets, man. I think Cleveland wins this one.
AK?
Listen, man, you can only polish a turd so much. And in all honesty, that is what the Jets are. They added some really nice young talent, but ultimately they're still a turd. The Browns have them beat talent-wise. There's no reason that the Browns should lose this game. Can they do it? Yes, they can. The Jets could squeak one out here, but in all honesty, the Browns should have control of this game.
All right. So for me, I'm going with the Browns, but here's my question to you guys. Do you think the Jets will score more than 9 points than they had against the Ravens last week?
No,
Absolutely.
no.
Yes,
No.
I believe they will.
Absolutely.
Cool guys going no.
They're the Jets, man.
I mean, he is right.
They did have at least one or two touchdowns that they literally dropped right at the end zone. So you figure at least they'll be able to catch it this time. So I think they'll get at least 14, if that.
All right. So the next one. Commanders versus Lions, and apparently 51% picked the Lions here.
Let's go.
They picked the Lions.
This is tough.
So for
This
me,
one's tough.
I'm going with the Commanders here. I'm going with the Commanders because based off what Carson Wentz did last week, and I did pick Commanders last week too, Thomas. Roll back. I did pick Commanders last week, so I don't want to hear that. So for me, it's the Lions at the end of the day, but if the Lions do win, I'm going to be happy as hell. But honestly, I'm going with the Commanders. So, AK.
Man, to be honest, I totally forget who I already picked in this. But I'm just gonna say this, man. If even Carson Wentz, if Lions come out here and do exactly defensively to the Commanders what they did to us last week, I don't know how good Carson Wentz is going to handle that. Okay. I mean, yes, he is mobile. He can escape, but he's not Wentz of old. I believe Hutchinson would have wrapped him up a lot more times than what he was able to get Hurts, but that's just my opinion. I think it's going to be tough on Wentz today if they do that. I'm not saying they do that kind of defense. It might be something completely different. But if that is their defense, it might get rough for Wentz. I don't know, man. I think I might have picked the Lions on this one, and I don't know. I forget.
All right, Mac.
Yeah, I think Detroit, man, figures out a way to actually win a football game and squeaks out their home opener against Washington here, man. I picked Detroit to win. Something about this team. Eventually, they just got to figure out a way to actually win a football game. I think they're gonna get it done in a close one against the Commanders, man.
All right, Jeff.
Oh man, the top two quarterbacks in that stellar draft, that quarterback class with the great Paxton Lynch. Which one of these guys is gonna F up first? I'm actually gonna take the Lions in this one. I think the Lions are just gonna find a way to get the W. I really do. I just think that I like this Detroit Lions team a lot. I think they showed something against the Eagles. I think they have a good makeup on offense and defense. I really like Dan Campbell as a head coach, and I just think they're going to find a way in their home game against the Commanders. They're going to find a way to pull it out in a close one, though. Probably like at least a 3-point victory for Detroit.
All right, cool, Cat. Then I'll go to Thomas for last.
All right.
And by the way, we need to collab with Thomas and Cool Cat for the Eagles versus Commanders. Just saying.
Let's do it.
Yeah. On Cool Cat Mix game day next week.
No, whenever for you two guys, whenever.
Oh yeah, just let me know. Just give me his information and we'll do it.
All right.
After this match, before Cool Cat Mix later on today. By the way, Cool Cat Mix on 1:00. We got Skull Purple podcast and we got Purple Pocket podcast talking about this game coming up. Just want to promote. And yeah, Detroit. Yep, Detroit Lions is winning this game. I'm sorry, it's the battle between two bad quarterbacks. Oh. And as much as I want to say that Carson Wentz is going to get the job done, he won't. He won't, because he was this close. He was this close of getting getting more interceptions. He was this close. But so I'm gonna say the Detroit Lions can't lose forever. And if Green Bay lose to the Bears, yeah. So I'm gonna give it to Detroit.
All right, Thomas, you want full screen?
Go ahead and give it to me, bro.
All right.
Here we go.
All right. Hey, good morning to everybody, man. Happy Sunday.
Commanders.
Yo, he's in that video, by the way. He's in that video, Cool Cat. He's in
that video. Good morning to everybody out there, first and foremost. But to all you motherfuckers out there that think that we going to win this game, shouts out to y'all, and I hope you fuck more moms. But for all you bitch motherfuckers out there who think that we ain't going to win this game, man, I hope you stay down. I hope your car tire flat tomorrow on a Monday morning. I hope the AAA dude loses the directions to your fucking house and can't find where to get you, bro. I hope your boss is passive-aggressive to you and never tells you why. I hope your girlfriend says, hey, let's go out to dinner but can't choose a restaurant. I hope when you go to take a shit, there's no fucking toilet tissue there, and then when you got to get up, the toilet tissue comes up with you with a loud clap, and then your wife is like, what's going on today? You're like, nothing, and she comes and she smells that shit, and then she's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck?
What the fuck I hope happens to y'all, bro. Because we definitely gonna win this fucking game today, okay? Now let me tell y'all the game plan, bro. Carson Wentz going off for 275 through the air, man. You got Jahan Dotson for a touchdown. I have Curtis Samuel for a touchdown, and I have, guess what, Terry for a touchdown. Spreading the ball out 3 times, gonna be 1 to each, and I got Antonio Gibson for 1 on the ground, 4 touchdowns. I'm going with 31-26 Commanders on the day. Don't fucking play with me, bro.
We are Commanders. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Let's go, man. If you can take that as an exchange.
Hey, you got me sold. You sold on that one, Thomas. You're still losing, but you got me sold on that big.
All you were missing at the end there, bro, is put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I got us winning this game, bro. Let's go.
All right.
That was funny, Cool Cat.
We are Commanders. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Cool Cat, he's in that video. He did it.
Why? Why?
Yo, it was dope at the time, bro. Yo, man, we've been up since like 5:30 in the morning, bro. All persons, good person. We still out here with it, man.
That's how he found me for my video. That's how he found me. He was like, "Yo, that's me."
Don't rep it hard or don't rep it at all. It's your boy Cabot, and we are Commanders. Bum, 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 bum.
My man got the video down packed. That's how you know it's a good video, bro. He got the verbiage down packed. He know niggas he ain't never even met yet, bro. That's how you know that video works, bro. That's how you know that video works, bro. We out here, bro. Like I said,
all right.
I'm gonna save you save you this, Mitch. Saints. I'm gonna save you this.
Oh, okay, Thomas.
Oh, for this one right here, man, I'm going Brady, bro. I'm going Brady on this one right here. I know his receiving core is beat up, but so the Saints are. I mean, they won a game last week to some, I'm gonna say, average at best Falcons, and they had to go down to the wire. I think Brady's going to do what Brady got to do to get this win, man. And again, I do think the Cowboys' defense is still a stellar defense, and that's why he only got 19. But I think their defense is more than capable of steering off these Saints for Brady to put up 29 to 28 points to win this game. Going Brady in this one, bro.
All right, Jeff.
I mean, Tom Brady just can't beat this team for some reason. I don't know what it is about the Saints, but he cannot beat this team. He has his worst games the past couple of years against this Saints team. So I think that Tom Brady is going to bounce back. I think he's going to play well. I think Julio Jones is going to be the guy out there to look for on the because of the fact that Godwin's going to be out and Evans is banged up. So I'm actually going to go with the Saints on this one to win.
Mac.
As much as they've been struggling the last couple of years against this New Orleans Saints team, I think, once again, this is a new year. It's 2022. The Saints didn't look overly impressive a week ago against the Atlanta Falcons. I know it was week one. They were shaking off the rust. But I just don't think – I think Tom Brady, it's going to be a little too much Tom Brady. And they're going to be looking – I mean, they're going to be looking to do a little bit bigger things than what they did a week ago. Like I said, they didn't exactly go out there and blow the doors off the Cowboys on Sunday night, man. They were a little rough around the edges too. So I think Tom Brady another week. Action man is going to come out here and get the job done down in New Orleans.
Okay.
But just remember, y'all, Jalen Hurts is the Saints' daddy. Go ahead, Mitch.
There it is. AK.
You know, man, I'm with Jeff on this one. I actually think I chose the Saints. Tom Brady has not beat him yet. And Jarvis Landry actually is a pretty solid number 2 there. He had 114 yards receiving last week. Yeah, he didn't have a touchdown, but that's only going to get better. Michael Thomas is just coming back, so he's kind of shaking off the rust. I don't know. Jameis Winston, I've always questioned him, but it seems like he fits in down there in New Orleans, and this is home. So I kind of give it to the Saints. And Mac's right. Tampa did not look 100% last week against Dallas. Yes, I understand Dallas looked terrible, but Tampa didn't look that good either. So I don't know, man. If they come in and they're still struggling like they were last week, New Orleans should be able to handle their business. So
I got the Buccaneers here because I feel like with Brady, he's still got, he can't beat the Saints, so he just wants to get this one out, and I think it's the game that he does it.
I got a hot take for this game. Chris Olave, the rookie out of Ohio State, going to have 2 touchdown catches in this one against that.
Boo, Ohio State. Boo.
Hey, if this is what is keeping Tom Brady from retiring, then let him win.
That's true.
Maybe each time he retires, he comes back, calls the NFL, and be like, give me the Saints or I won't retire. All right, here we go. Panthers and the Giants. So I'm going first, and I got the Giants. I feel like Saquon can
Smart man.
Smart man. Hey, I learned last week I did not pick them to win. I lose, so I'm gonna pick them to win. If I lose, then I don't know what to do now. But honestly, I'm going Giants here. It's not because of Daniel Jones. It's because of Saquon Barkley. Okay.
You know, man, this is going to be another close game like it was last week. I said last week they had a chance, and I chose them to win. They won. This week they do too. You know, like I said, if I had to choose between Baker and DJ, I'm choosing Baker. But Baker can screw up just as much as DJ can. We've all seen it. DJ Moore, very talented wide receiver. CMC, very talented halfback. They have weapons in Carolina. But I don't know, man. If Saquon does what he did last week, they just might have enough. It just all depends on how much DJ screws up this week. And I don't know who I once again I forget who I chose on this one. I think I chose the Giants. I'm gonna roll with the Giants again. But it's gonna be a 3-point game. I have a feeling.
All right. I'm going to let Mac and Jeff go last. So, Tymus.
For this right here, definitely have Carolina winning this one. Shouts out to them. Well, shouts out to the Giants for the upset the other week. But, yeah, I think Carolina gets it together. Baker's going to bounce back, bro. You know he's a revenge kid that he is. And, yeah, man, got the Panthers for this one right here, man.
All right. Cool cat.
Hold up. Thomas, do you at least have it close, or do you have a score?
Oh! I have this thing down to the wire again. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, there's just no blowout here. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right. Cool cat.
Yeah, for me, give it to. And this is a tough one because Baker's going to bake, and Danny's your $5 ad down before we make some change. So. If I got to choose one, I'm going to choose the Panthers. I'll choose the Panthers. I'll choose the Panthers to win this game. I shouldn't, but go ahead. Give me the Panthers.
All right. Jeff or Mac, who wants to go first?
Hey, besides that, real quick, besides CMC and Baker, who's your X factor in this game?
Man.
DJ Moore?
Correct?
Huh?
I said it's got to be DJ Moore, correct?
Yeah,
Could be Robbie Anderson.
Yeah.
Or Robbie Anderson, yeah.
I was going to go with Robbie Anderson going over the top. If he can break 1 or 2 out in the game, should be able to put him up.
So, anyway, my bad.
All right. Mac or Jeff, who wants to go first?
Mac, let him know. Let him know, Mac.
All right.
Well,
Mac, you want full screen?
I mean, you can if you like it. I mean, I'm good either way. But I'm just gonna say what I gotta say. And here we go. The Carolina Panthers obviously have prepared heavily this week to stop number 26. We know that's where they're gonna put most of their effort into doing. So here go the hot take. Daniel Jones is gonna have a hell of a game today. He's gonna go out there and put it on his shoulders and get the job done. And I'm saying this because one stat last week that people keep seeming to forget about with Daniel Jones is 17-21. That man only had 4 incompletions a week ago. So he's not exactly being sloppy with the football. That interception is unforgivable. That was unforgivable. But he was 17-21. So it's not like he's out there just throwing ducks all over the place and throwing the ball and getting it all crazy. So they're going to give him the opportunity to get the job done. And I think he is going to get the job done. I see Kenny Golladay finally scoring his first touchdown as a New York Giant.
Oh, damn.
Finally.
Wow. Oh, damn.
So, I
You
mean,
went through a whole season?
and Kadarius Sony too, both of them.
God damn.
so I see Golladay finally getting in the end zone with a New York Giant uniform on, and I see Daniel Jones actually having to step up, being forced to step up and get the job done. And we've only seen it a few times his whole 4-year career, but I think today is going to be another one of those times.
How many touchdowns
Jones-
you throw today?
With Daniel Jones, I
Yeah.
believe those 3 touchdown passes today. 3.
Tell him, Mac.
All right. Jeff, you want full screen now?
If you want, it's all good.
There you go.
Everybody keeps saying that Daniel Jones is trash. Daniel Jones sucks. Daniel Jones can't get the job done. Well, all Daniel Jones did last week was drive the team down and make those key plays to help the team win the game. We gave Derrick Henry one of the quietest 82-yard games he's had rushing in his career. You made it believe that Derrick Henry was not even out there because the Giants' run defense was absolutely stellar out there, how good they played. The Giants' run blocking is also a big reason why Saquon Barkley was as effective as he was. Yes, he also was running hard and running north to south. The Giants' run blocking on that offensive line, yes, the Giants actually have an offensive line this year, and it actually looks pretty damn good so far. Pass blocking is going to take some time, but the run blocking on this offensive line looks pretty damn good right now, and they're opening up holes for Saquon Barkley to run through. I actually think that the Giants, the reason why it's going to win this game is I actually agree with Mac. I think Daniel Jones is going to go out there and he's going to prove all these critics that keep saying he sucks, he can't get the job done, he's just a guy that's riding the coattails of Saquon Barkley. He's going to go out there when the game is on line, he's going to drive his team down, and he's going to throw a touchdown pass to, I'm going to say, Richie freaking James. Richie James, another receiver that you got to start talking about how good he was last week because he was the guy that was heavily targeted for the New York Giants last week. I think he's going to play a factor in this game, not just in the receiving game, but also in the return game. And the Giants cornerbacks, I think they're going to step up to the challenge. I really believe that they're going to step up to the challenge against these Carolina Panthers wide receivers. And I think the Giants are going to be able to go out there and they're going to make their home crowd at MetLife, which most of these Giants fans have been very pissed off over the years because of how bad this team has played at MetLife over the years. I think they're going to make this Giants crowd very happy, very proud to be New York Giants fans. And also the biggest reason, too, the Giants have a friggin' head coach. And I love the balls of what Brian Daboll did in that game against the Titans where he had no problem going for two. And Matt Rule, let's just be real, this guy's a dead coach walking. This guy is pretty much just waiting for the owner to fire him. And I think that's the biggest reason why the Giants are going to pull it out because the coaching advantage is clearly in the side of Brian Daboll. So I think the Giants are going to come out in this game and they're going to represent for the MetLife crowd going forward. And we're going to start the season. I can't even believe I'm saying it. It feels like crazy just thinking about it. We're going to start the season 2-0 just to begin the 2022 season for the New York Football Giants.
All right. Any hot takes, Jeff? Or
my hot take, Daniel Jones, not 3, 4 touchdown passes against the Carolina Panthers.
Damn.
4. 2 to Kenny Galladay, 1 to Sterling Shepard, and
Look at that.
And the game-winning one to Richie James.
So, Mac,
Eventually have one of those games.
Mac, are you going 5 touchdowns now?
Thank God.
We're not up in the ante. I'm gonna stick with my prediction of 3. I still think Saquon punches one in on the ground as well.
All right.
Thank God I'm going to be there for that. I can't wait.
All right.
It's gonna be fireworks.
So, Cool Cat, who you got? The Steelers or the Patriots?
Man, I'll take the Steelers here. I'll take the Steelers. Bill Belichick is not what he used to be, especially with Tom Brady being gone. I don't know about Mac Jones. I don't know about him. He had a banged up back. They said he was going to play, but what, Mitch?
No, I was just saying.
I said Mac Jones. Mac Jones.
Yeah. I lost it, but yeah. Thomas, who you got?
Yeah, I kind of figured that. So yeah, let me wrap this up. Yeah, Steelers.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna go ahead and all right. Again, bro. I mean, not everybody can be Andy Reid, bro. You know, sometimes you go hell, bro. And I think this is the start of Bill's L, bro. 0-2, man. I got the Steelers doing this. I think Tomlin is very young. I think Tomlin might be like 48. So it's like he still got time. I just think Bill tired, man. I think Bill tired. Everybody know about him. I think he tired, bro. And they're taking the L this week. Mac Jones picking the air in the fumble.
All right. Jeff.
Let's be real already. The Patriots suck. They're not a good team at all this year. Their team clearly doesn't have the talent that they had back then. Bill Belichick, I mean, this guy's been a phenomenal coach for so many years, but let's just be real. Tom Brady's not walking through that door anymore. Some of those great defensive players, they're not walking through the door. Their wide receiver core is a joke. I mean, their offensive line got worse. This Patriots team is going to go through a very, very difficult and hard season. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to smash them in this game. I really believe the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to really take advantage on that. I think Minkah Fitzpatrick is going to have 2 picks on this Patriots team. So, yeah, I think it's not – this one's going to be ugly. I think the Steelers at home at Heinz Field is going to lay a whooping on the New England Patriots.
All right. Mac, are you going for Mac Jones or no?
The New England Patriots looked absolutely terrible a week ago.
So you're not going for Mac Jones, yeah.
But yet, with that being said, the Pittsburgh Steelers created how many turnovers? Like 5, 6 turnovers a week ago?
Yep.
And it still took all 4 quarters and basically the whole entire 10-minute overtime for them to still get the job done. So this team can be had. If they're not turning that ball over, which I'm not looking for the Patriots, as bad as they are, to just be turning the ball over as frivolously as the Bengals did a week ago. This game could actually be a lot closer than people think, man. I still think Pittsburgh will edge them out just because I think the Patriots are just that bad and, like Thomas has said, are in complete rebuild mode. But I mean, I'm looking for Pittsburgh to win a close one here, not anything crazy. I think it's going to be a close one, closer than people might think.
All right. AK.
Yeah, listen, the Mac's right. The turnovers last week for Pittsburgh was bad. The Patriots just look terrible. But it is Mike Tomlin. You won't probably see the same mistakes twice. He'll have that cleaned up. But nah, man, I'm giving it to Pittsburgh. Yeah, I understand the TJ Watt injury is a big blow to that defense, but yet even after he was injured, that defense was still creating crazy amounts of pressure. So their defense is still top notch with or without him. So Claypool's a great wide receiver. Pickens is turning out to be a good one. They got Najee, which yes, I know he's got that Liz Frank, but he's trying to muscle through it. So yeah, man, they got a talented team, and don't forget, if Trubisky messes up too much, well, they got somebody called Kenny Pickett ready to go. So we'll see what happens, but yeah, I give it to Pittsburgh here as well.
All right. So before I go, there's actually breaking news. Julio Jones is not playing today due to knee injury. He is out against the Saints. So I don't know if that guy's.
Who do they have a receiver? Is Evans playing, or because he's banged up too?
All right.
I think Evans is playing.
Let me set up.
All right, man. I'll see you in an hour.
Take it easy, Cool Cat.
All right, Cool Cat.
All right, y'all. I'm out. I got it set up for Cool Cat next.
All right, man. Okay.
Jeez. I guess that means Russell Gage will be their wide receiver too then.
I'm still sticking with my pick. I'm still picking the Bucs. But for me, I got the Steelers winning here and I have Deontay Johnson scoring 2 touchdowns. And I'm not saying that because I have a lot of fantasy team. I mean, he is good. I just want him, to go off. And I need to be boys for life, so that's something. But for me, I got Steelers. Oh, Colts and the Jaguars.
This is a tough one.
I'm going Colts. Jonathan Taylor. I just think he's going to have a day against the Jacksonville defense. AK?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Ain't getting me. Listen, man, they have not beat Jacksonville in like the last 8 games at home. I'm going to continue rolling with that feat, and I'm going to say Jacksonville wins at home against Indy, and they start out 0-1-1, and Jacksonville is 1-1.
All right. Mac.
I don't know. This is Indianapolis for some reason goes down to Jacksonville and just completely shits the bed every time. I don't understand it. It's weird. But this is now a Matt Ryan led Indianapolis Colts team, and I think, well, I think they're just not gonna get cute this week, and they understand they got to feed Jonathan Taylor, and I think they're gonna ride him home and finally go down to Jacksonville and get the job done in Jacksonville. Because I mean, this Colts team is desperate right now. I feel like this is not a good look starting off the season with a tie, and that's just a stain already in the standings for them. So I believe they go out there and get the job done this week, and they're gonna go out there and ride the legs of Jonathan Taylor, man.
All right, Jeff.
Oh, they're going to have to ride the legs of Jonathan Taylor because their top two receivers are both out of this game. There's no Alec Pierce or Michael Pittman, so they're going to literally have to be running the ball a ton. I think DeForest Buckner, I don't know if he's playing this game, so if you don't have him in that defensive tackle position, that's a big blow to their defense, as well as Shaquille Leonard. He's also banged up, so this team, I mean, like Blue City just said, this Colts team has not beaten Jacksonville since 2015. You figure eventually they're going to shake that, but I don't think it's going to be this. I don't think it's going to be today. I actually have Jacksonville pulling out the victory here. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to go out there and have himself a nice game against that Colts defense. And because of the fact that Jacksonville's going to try as hard as they can to stack that box, and who is Matt Ryan going to be throwing the ball to? I mean, his receivers are all banged up and out, so he's going to be throwing up the backup. So I actually have Jacksonville pulling out the victory here.
And dude, let's be honest. This is the only streak that Jacksonville has to be proud of.
Exactly, you're right.
The only thing.
Else.
This is all they got. So why would they want to lose?
All right, time it.
Yeah, bro. I think Indianapolis, every Indianapolis fan and the city as a whole, they were just smoking on some dick when they really thought that they was gonna get better by getting Matt Ryan out here. Like, who the fuck thought Matt Ryan was better? like, I was like, who the fuck out there was that? Like, goddamn.
Wow.
Yeah. Jacksonville is like, this is the only thing Jacksonville has to look forward to. I was just in Jacksonville last month. The one thing that people care about is beating the Colts and fucking drinking. That's it. That's the only two things you can do in that city. So, yeah, shouts out to them. They get the dub this week. They go to 500. Happy to see Jacksonville get 500.
Damn.
All right. Then we got the Ravens and the Dolphins. Time it. Right back at you.
There we go. Ravens and Dolphins. Man. Like I said, I see Tua throwing for 2. I think Lamar going to have one of his breakout games we've been waiting for. Last week, he didn't have a breakout game. He just did what he needed to do to win. I think he get a little fancy against Miami here, man. I'm going to go with Lamar and company. Got the receivers, got his tight end, man. Everybody healthy, bro. I'm going to go with Lamar for the win in this, man. Ravens going to be up 10 points in this joint, bro. Got him.
You know, there's a rumor going around if he gets a franchise tag, he wants to come to the Eagles. Just saying.
Yeah, he ain't leaving Baltimore, bro.
No,
He's
he's staying in Baltimore.
Yeah, I know. Jeff.
I got Baltimore winning this one. I still don't believe in Tua. Even though he's got Jalen Waddle and he's got Tyreek Hill, and both those guys can score a touchdown on any slant in the game as Waddle did last week, I can't. I just don't believe in Tua. I'm sorry. And I think that Ravens defense is going to expose him today. So I didn't pick him to throw. I said he wasn't going to throw 2 picks, but I think they're going to expose him in all the ways. Going to make him throw errant throws on the run. He's just going to be throwing incomplete passes. I think this Ravens defense is going to just harass Tua the entire game. I actually have the Ravens winning this one by 10 at home.
Now, are the Ravens the best defense in the NFL?
No.
They're not?
No, I don't think they are. I think they're up there, but I don't think they're the best defense.
Yeah, I'll give them top 5, though. I'll give the Ravens top 5 defense.
All right. Mac.
I think the Baltimore Ravens win. I expect big things from the Ravens this season, man. I think Lamar is going to go out there and try to continue to prove why he wants that big, huge money, that Patrick Mahomes type money. And I think he's just going to go out there and tear this Miami Dolphins defense apart, man. And like you said, I'm also not a strong believer in Tua. I think, as great as he was in college, it just hasn't translated to the NFL, man. He just looks like average quarterback at best in the NFL. And I don't care who he has out there with him. He still looks kind of that same average guy, even with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on last week. So, yeah, I just think the Ravens get the job done.
Has anyone asked Tua if he believes in Tua? Because I don't even think he believes in himself, to be honest.
I don't.
Like
that's why I traded him on draft night. I traded him to Boys for Kirk Cousins.
This dude just seems like he's along for the ride, to be honest. Like I swear, like if you look at Tua's eyes, like he doesn't look like a baller. He's just like somebody who's like, "Hey, man, I mean, they drafted me yet? You haven't fired me yet," type shit. Like that's how it looks like he plays, bro. Like, he does not play like a starting quarterback, but yet he keeps getting these chances. I don't know what it is. I mean, I wish success for him, but like I really believe in Jalen Hurts almost 75 to 80% more than I believe in Tua at this point, bro.
Ooh.
Like
Yo, Mac, Kayvon and Aziz are officially out.
I just saw that. I was just looking at them.
I'm still picking the Giants.
They're probably holding them out for the Dallas game next week.
Oh, next week's morning show is going to be fun.
Oh, yeah, we got division game next week, bro. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. AK, who you got?
So listen, man, I think we're all in agreement on this one. Not many of us believe in Tua. I'm not a big Tua guy either. I never was. And to be frank, man, this Baltimore defense is just nasty. They are nasty, and they're only going to get better. I believe Baltimore's defense is just way too much for this offense, and you're going to see that. All Lamar has to do is just play behind his defense, dude. Just go out there and not mess up, and they win this game.
So, as you can see, I got the Ravens. I think the Ravens will pick up Tua 4 times, and I think they will expose him so bad that he'll get on the bench. So, I got the Ravens winning this one. So, the Rams and the Falcons. Give me
Can
the
anyone
Rams.
validate a reason you would pick the Falcons in this game?
No.
I want to hear that argument.
Hear me out.
Jamar and Blake, where are you?
Ton of money.
Wait, what was that again? I didn't hear you.
Just to win a shit ton of money. That's the only way I'd validate it.
Thomas, I think was Thomas about to validate why they could win?
Hear me
I
out.
mean, think
Hear me
about
out.
it. If you put money in Atlanta to win that game and Atlanta won, oh my God.
So you have the offensive power to do it, man. It's just, I mean, you have the quarterback that can be mobile. Mariota can move around at that point. You got Drake London. You got Cordell Patterson, bro. I mean,
It's their defense, man.
Their
Calvin
defense
Ridley coming
sucks.
back eventually. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
their
all this game
defense
was.
is not that good.
I still can't believe they got 3% picked.
Yeah, man. I mean,
You got
hey,
Atlanta
man.
fans that's going to stick to their guns, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well,
we
I mean,
have one of
Blake-
them in the network named Jamar.
I just don't see it, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna put some money on Atlanta just in case.
Kyle Pitts can go nuts in this game and get like 3 touchdowns, like 2 or 3 touchdowns and like 150 yards. I'm still picking the Rams because their defense.
Maybe
is
Marcus
horrible.
Mariota has a career day.
And he's still probably not getting the job done. I think this Rams team is gonna be throwing. They're gonna come up pissed off after what happened last week. I think they're gonna stomp the Falcons.
All right, so everyone's picking Rams.
Yeah, LA for the win for this one.
All right, the Niners and the Seahawks. I got Niners. Jimmy Garoppolo's back.
Oh, this is tough too.
I probably would have went Seahawks if they would have kept Trey Lance in, but they went with Jimmy.
Oh, what, I missed something this week?
Garoppolo's playing?
That's what I heard.
They gave up on him after 1 game?
I heard that he's playing this week.
And that's what I was about to say. Like if Jimmy G is actually coming back, dude, like you gave up a lot to go get Trey Lance. And if you give up on this kid after 1 game, dude, that is bad. That's really, really bad. So I hope that's not the case, but if it is, Yeah, no, it should be San Francisco, but damn, dude, they just lost to the Bears. The freaking Bears.
The Bears.
That
All
was
right.
a terrible game, though. I mean, weather-wise, that was wow. That field was just drenched.
It was spectacle, all right.
Yeah.
49ers, what's up, normal guy? And Niners should stick with Trey Lance. I agree with that. Shout out to Nicky, man. He did a reaction video to my video with the Jordan Davis. Shout out to you, my guy. Mac.
I got Niners.
got
Yeah,
Niners?
I'm gonna just say it. Debo. It's gonna be too much Debo today, man. He's. I mean, Elijah Mitchell's out of the lineup, man, and they're gonna definitely be feeding Debo Samuel that football, and we know what Debo do, that ball in his hands. And I'm sorry, the 49 Kyle Shanahan, he's not gonna make it easy like that Denver Broncos coach did for y'all a week ago. Seattle,
No.
I'm sorry. Back to reality. This 49er team lost an ugly game against a bad Bears team a week ago. They were playing practically in a damn monsoon. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I get it. Both teams was playing in that same weather, but the Bears got the best of them. I feel like field conditions and the weather had a lot more to do with it than anything else. This week, the 49ers, they fire back whether they go out with Garoppolo or Trey Lance. I feel like it's crazy to abandon Trey Lance after one game, especially in those weather conditions. But at the same time, if that's the decision they made, that's on them. You know what I mean? That's that 49ers shit. But look, Debo Samuel, it's gonna make it a long day for the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Jeff?
I mean, that was a big blow for the San Francisco 49ers, losing Elijah Mitchell for a couple of months. That's going to hurt them, but let's be real. Does anybody on this panel actually believe Geno Smith? Does anybody really believe Geno Smith's going to go out there and duplicate what he did in this first game? I don't.
Wait one minute, man. Geno has the grip, bro. I mean, I don't know if y'all saw this, man. This boy Geno took a handful of ass after he got up.
I saw
play,
that,
bro.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
And like once I saw that, bro, I was like, "Oh, this dude really about this life, bro." So it's like, yo, bro, if he could grip that ass like he grip a football, bro, yo, I see no fumbles coming from Geno, and I think turnovers is one of the big issues that you got to face in this game. So Geno's not gonna turn over the ball, bro. I don't know why we think that San Fran defense is gonna be able to hold up to him, bro. Yo, man, I'm going with Geno all day, man. It's just ass and throws all day. I'm with Geno on this, man.
No, I'm taking the 49ers. I think the 49ers defense is going to make it a tough day for Geno Smith and that offense. And also the fact they lost Jamal Adams for the season, and that's one of their best core defensive players. So I think San Francisco is going to be targeting the middle of that field. And if George Kittle could come back in this game, and then you also have a guy like Brandon Ayuk as well, I think San Francisco is going to be able to take advantage of that. Unless the quarterbacks on the 49ers, whoever the hell it is, Trey Lance, Jimmy G, unless they really shit the bed that much, I think that San Francisco is just going to have a bounce back performance here, and they're going to pull out the W.
All right. So for the next game, I think we all are going to be agreeing. We're all going to agree on this game. Bengals, Cowboys.
Yeah.
Anyone actually picking the Cowboys here?
No.
I just can't with everything they're going through right now.
They're a mess. Cowboys are a friggin' mess right now.
All right. Texans at the Broncos. I know we talked about this earlier, but for me, I'm sticking with Denver.
Yeah, I'm sticking there too, man. Yeah, I mean they can't make the same mistakes as last week though, or they're gonna wound up in the same predicament as what they were last week. But they should. They have the roster to beat them, so they should. I'll just put it that way.
Absolutely.
All right. Mac.
No, absolutely what you just said. I mean, I just feel like if you're going, when anybody take Denver seriously in this AFC West division, they better beat the Houston Texans today.
Right.
I mean, it's not even about they need to. They absolutely better beat them. They don't have any other choice, or they can forget about it.
Jeff?
I don't know about this Denver head coach. I mean, this guy's the boneheaded decisions this guy made, and I do like I like Houston as a young team coming up. So this is probably one of the more difficult ones to pick because I just don't trust in this coach, even though I think Russell Wilson can overcome a horrible head coach. So I'm going to pick Denver on this one to squeak it out at 3.
Thomas?
I'm definitely picking Houston in this one right here. Don't see Denver really coming to get this.
All right. And then we got the Raiders and the Cardinals. Thomas?
Man, this is an interesting one. It's probably my more exciting game of the week. Two teams started 0-1 that we didn't suspect. I really gonna have to dig down deep, and I'm gonna go with the Raiders on this one, bro. I think it's way closer than what people are making it right now. Like, this should be a hard pick. I think Kyler Murray's just playing frustrated. I think his size is just starting to become an issue. And I think the Raiders had a really rough patch last year with the off-field issues that turned to on-field issues with losing their head coach. I think they just had to get right in one game. I think they got that one game to get right in, and now they're going to get back to it.
Jeff?
I think Derek Carr is going to have a bounce-back game against the Arizona Cardinals. He had a pretty rough game overall, even though Devontae Adams went off for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. I think Hunter Renfrow is going to be the guy that's going to cause the most damage in this game. I expect him to have close to at least like 75 to 100 yards receiving, get a couple of touchdowns out here because I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to do everything they can to take Devontae Adams out of this game. So I expect the other guys like Darren Waller, especially Hunter Renfrow, to get there. So I have the Raiders pulling out the victory here.
All right, Mac?
Well, yeah, I got the Raiders also. I think Derek Carr, Devontae Adams is going to just continue to put the league on notice about the connection that they actually do have, and it's going to be a special one to watch all season, a very fun one to watch all year. But I also think slowly but surely the Arizona Cardinals are becoming a slightly dysfunctional organization, man. I mean, everything with Kyler Murray being undisciplined, not really working as hard as he should be. I mean, those aren't things that should be coming out in the public the way they are, you know what I mean? And that's going to start to just, start to not only divide the team, but it's just going to be constantly interference getting. This is going to be that interference zone because the media is going to constantly be asking this player, that player about what's really going on in that locker room. And it's just going to get uglier and uglier from there. So I think that this Cardinal team, honestly, they're just going in the wrong direction, man. And I think the Raider team is going to come out and get the job done.
Oh, look who's here. What up, Adam?
Just like that. Oh.
You
Hello.
good?
Hey.
AC.
What up, Adam?
How's it going, guys? Sorry, I have to do normal parenting things. That's why I always jump on late.
You're good, man. You're good. You're good.
Plus, it occupies me because if I don't, I'd just be a lunatic waiting for the game to start.
So, I'll ask you, who do you got, the Raiders or the Cardinals?
Oh, I got the Raiders, man. Cardinals are caca. They're fucking caca. That's why they don't want to pay their quarterback, man, because he's not. Kyler Murray's is in his own head right now. He's in his feelings, as they say. I guess that's what the term is, how the kids use it these days. He's trying to be the man, and he's not, and they suck. And the Raiders have something to prove. They didn't lose they lost a heartbreaker to the Chargers. So I'm thinking they're going to come out and want to keep pace with the Chargers, so they win this game.
All right, AK. I think I know who you're picking.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm picking Arizona all day. I think Arizona.
Words flock together, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. Did I say Arizona?
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Oh no, I'm picking.
Arizona.
Oh my bad. I'm picking the Raiders all
Riding
day.
that Cardinal high, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
That Cardinal low.
No, I got ahead of myself. I was thinking while I was talking.
DeAndre Hopkins isn't playing
I'm
in this
picking
game.
the Raiders all day. I think Arizona overpaid for Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is only good when D-Hop's there. I think we all know that. When he's not so hot.
I think he's also not matured yet.
Yeah, that too. But last week, the Raiders, they went against a really good Chargers team. And that's just what happened. the Raiders are still a good football team. They have Adams, they got Waller, they got Renfro. You know, they got weapons all over. So I'm not worried about it. McDaniel still has to prove he can call a proper game, but you know, I think they'll be just fine. So,
All right. So for me, I got the Raiders, but if the Cardinals have a chance of winning, James Conner has to go off. He has to. Like, he has to get a couple touchdowns, and I don't have him in fantasy. I don't, so I'm just saying that. I love James Conner. I loved him for years, so this is his game to sign.
The
So,
Terminator.
Let's be real. Cliff Kingsbury is a guy that's on the chopping block too. He's got to start winning with this team. I mean, the Cardinals did have some expectations, and there would not be a surprise at all if Cliff Kingsbury gets fired after this season. If this Cardinals struggles.
I can't see him getting fired because if you fire him, you got to get rid of Kyler Murray because that's the guy he brought in specifically for this team. You got rid of Josh Rosen, which was a good thing to do anyways, but you got to take the quarterback with you.
All right. And real quick, before we go into this next one, Marquise Brown, 2 touchdowns, please. Thank you. Packers and Bears. I think I'm going Packers here. I don't see the Packers losing to the Bears. And I know they don't have wide receivers, but it's Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day. So for me, I'm going Green Bay. AJ.
Yeah, man, I got to go Green Bay here too. Last week's win was a fluke. The weather helped them. So, I don't know, man. Green Bay, they are not as strong as what they used to be, obviously, but I still don't think they have lost a lot to the point where they're going to lose to the Bears. So, I got to go Green Bay.
All right. Mac.
Green Bay, man. I guess once again, I said about Denver earlier. Green Bay, there's not even an option. They have to win this game today. I mean, if no one's taking Green Bay Packers seriously, if they go out there and lay an egg against the Chicago Bears on Sunday Night Football in front of the whole damn nation. So, Aaron Rodgers, you've been the MVP like however many fucking times. You gotta go out there and once again prove why you have been this great player all these years, man. You got to get it done against the Chicago Bears, even if you got to do it all by your damn self. You got to will this team to a victory tonight, no matter what. No excuse to lose to this Chicago Bear football team that I still believe is going to be one of the worst teams in football when it's all said and done at the end of the 2022 season. Got to get the job done.
All right. Jeff.
Yeah, I just see Aaron Rodgers and this Green Bay Packers team bouncing back against the Chicago team. Congrats to them. They got the first win of the season. Nice, a good little token win for them. But I think that the Packers are just going to come out like a pissed off hornet, wanting to just sting the hell out of this Bears team. So I just really think that the Packers are going to come out and they're just going to lay a whooping on the Bears. I really do, and I think it's going to be more with the running game, if anything, than the passing game. Even though Aaron Rodgers is going to want to go out there with these young receivers and be able to put out there that they're going to be do a lot better, I still think that the run game is going to be a big factor with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. So I got the Packers pulling out this victory.
All right, Thomas.
I believe last time A-Rod was having trouble. He went up there. They were like, oh, man, Rodgers going to win. Fucking murdered them. And he looked at the fan and he said, I own you. Yeah, I think that same thing is going to happen again, bro. Like every now and then, you just need like that. You know, you need that girl after the bar. She's like a 5, maybe. But, yo, man, you struck out. You need the fuck. You're trying to get your dick wet. This is how you going to do it, bro. Aaron Rodgers going. He's like, yo, bro, I need something. Was striking out lately, man. Shailene Woodley left me. All right, I just need to pick up something and just get my dick right, bro. And Aaron Rodgers going to fuck the Chicago Bears
up, remember when he said that he owns the Bears, so he's got to back it up after that. Adam.
I mean, I don't know how to follow that. I mean, my God. Someone's getting fucked tonight, whether, you know.
Right. It's like Rodgers is on there, bro. Someone's getting fucked in this game, and it ain't him. So we're going to make sure we get these Bears.
I just think, Rodgers, as much as he has an itchy asshole with these, you know, young guys on his team and he's bitching and moaning, I think he got into those guys' ass, no pun intended. because Christian Watson missed a deep catch down the field. I think I didn't watch the game, but if you're under the dome lights, probably got caught up in the lights and missed it. He'll learn from that. There's no dome tonight. He won't lose that ball in the lights. They're going to win in a runaway. The Packers.
All right. And first Monday night game, there's two. The Bills and the Titans. Are we all going Bills here?
Yes.
Oh, dude, Bills are going to be smacking that ass.
Bill's going to kick their ass.
Yeah.
That's why that loss to the Giants from Tennessee is so important, because going 0-2, you're basically done, cooked.
Yep. And now for the last game. Eagles and Vikings.
Damn.
All right, Adam, I'll start off with you.
I'm going with the Purple People Eaters. I know that people are going to hate me. I get it, but it's Sunday. You caught me on a Sunday, so that means I hate anybody that's wearing green. If you caught me on a Monday or Tuesday, might have been a different story. But since we're on football Sunday, talking about football Monday, I'm taking the Purple People Eaters to have a good game and make Jalen Hurst a little uncomfortable.
All right. Tymus.
All right, y'all. I know y'all gonna hate me for this. Gotta let y'all know. I think y'all are not gonna like what Kirk Cousins is gonna do this weekend, bro. And Captain Kirk had a good game against a hard opponent. Now, in my mind, he's going against a just as hard of an opponent. And I don't know what's in Kirk's blood lately. I don't know, man. Dude eating his Wheaties, bro. But I got Kirk going off this night, man. I got Kirk going off for 4 touchdowns, man. Y'all have so many weapons to stop. I don't see how the Eagles defense is going to keep up with all the weapons that they got. On top of that,
It's going to be a gritty party.
Okay. If Jefferson hits the gritty one time on y'all, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. I'm not letting y'all know that, bro. If you hit it one time on y'all, it's a wrap. If you hit the joint in the first quarter, go ahead and the game off. I definitely got the Vikings in this one. I think the Vikings going to win this joint within a touchdown.
Jeff.
Adam Thielen, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards receiving. Justin Jefferson, 1 touchdown, 100 yards receiving. I think this Vikings offense is going to go off against the Eagles defense. I think the Vikings are going to win. Plain and
That's the
simple.
point, bro. Who going to stop Jalen Rager, bro? Who going to stop him, bro?
That's true, yeah. Who's going to stop the great Jalen Rager out there in the slot?
Who going to stop him?
That's a good point. I should have put him out there. He should have been the guy to get those 3 TDs.
Jeez.
Mac.
I think this game going to be a shootout, man. I think both of these offenses is going to go back and forth. Blow for blow. It's going to come down to who get the ball last, and it's going to be a fun game to watch on Monday night. Unfortunately, I'm going to be working, so I'm going to probably miss most of it. But it's going to still be a fun one to watch, man. And I like the Vikings. I like the Vikings edging these guys out in Philly, coming and spoiling the home opener. Because I don't know, man. Kirk Cousins just gets it done in the regular season, man. And Justin Jefferson he's oh man, Eagles. I'm just so glad y'all weren't smart enough to take that, man. So glad that y'all let him pass him off, let the Vikings pick him up. So yeah, I think it's too much for him, man. He's just a special player, man. I don't think y'all got nobody.
He's gonna Randy Moss you guys.
Yeah, we had to deal with 2 years of Jalen Rager, though. That was crazy. That was in the NFC East. Bro.
All right. AK, you want full screen?
Nope.
Okay, then.
There he goes.
Haterade. Haterade.
That's exactly what you're going to say when Jalen Rager goes off on you guys.
Blah, 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 blah. No, I get it. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be easy, but we're coming out with this dub. I get it. Justin Jefferson is an animal. Cook is an animal. But listen, our flaws last week were not on our players. It was on our defensive coordinator. I hope he learned his lesson, and I hope he comes out here and he puts a stamp on that this week. he knows supposedly what the issues were. So now is this time to prove that. And this is a great team to prove it on. So let's do it.
All right. I'm up. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a very tough game. I mean, the keys to winning is to stop Justin Jefferson, obviously, Dalvin Cook, the whole deal. It comes down to Jonathan Gannon. You can't have Jordan Davis out there for 22 snaps and Nakobe Dean for 3. That just doesn't work. I mean, it's common sense out there. The guy is 6'6", over 300 pounds. The guy got triple teamed in preseason. And you have him only out there for 22 snaps? Come on, Gannon. But, yeah. So if Jalen Hurts can divide the ball up, like give it to Devontae, AJ, Watkins, Goddard, and then we run the ball good, I feel like we can win. So I got the Eagles winning 24-21. So it's going to be a very, very close game. So, all right. Anyone got anything to say before we wrap it up?
Who's going to be at the end of this day, after we get to Tuesday, what NFC East team or teams are going to be 2-0?
Eagles and Giants. Anyone else?
I mean, I know the Giants going to be 2-0 at the end of the day. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I know we going to be still in first place, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's just how it's going down.
Before, so I got to stick with that.
Just how it's going down.
Everyone not named Dallas.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, they'll be 0-2. So.
I would love to say that I'm with you guys, but it's Sunday, so battle lines have been drawn. So as long as we're at the top, I don't really care what happens to the rest of y'all.
Right.
We'll be sitting alone at the top by the time the Monday's over.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. We still have a game to play. So
Yeah. So that concludes the Sunday morning show. Thank you all for coming. It was really fun. We got 11 likes in here. We're having like 6 or 7 people constantly. So we really appreciate your support every Sunday. Hardcore Sports Sunday morning show exclusive. So make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and we'll catch you all later. AK, you got anything to say?
No, I appreciate each and every one of you coming out and spending your morning here for 2 hours and doing this show with us. It's fun as always. And I look forward to getting with you guys next week to do our week 3 pick'ems.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And you know what? Real quick, is there like a game that you may, what's the one upset you guys have? Real quick. Is there like one upset you could see happening? For me, it's the Houston Texans, but I got Denver winning.
Cowboys over Cincinnati.
Okay. All right. Cooper Rush. Okay. Anyone else before I wrap it up?
Jacksonville over Indy. That would be an upset.
Yeah.
Lions over Commanders.
I see us, but like you want to talk about Drew upset? The Titans beating the Bills, bro. Tennessee having that one fighting chance.
I was just getting ready to say that.
If it was
the Bills potentially have a letdown tomorrow night, man, and Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry just having one of those special nights, man.
Yeah.
All right. And on that note, guys, we are out, and have a good football day. Have a good football day, guys. We'll catch you all later. Have a good one.